YouTube, how are you now? So sim.gg finally got the majority of the Modern Warfare 2 attachments loaded into their website. So it still says it's in beta, but now attachment, movement speed, recoil, and sway stats are now working. The only thing missing are the hipfire stats, so I was waiting for the recoil and all that kind of stuff. But now the majority of it seems to be in here. So I was planning on putting all the attachment stats and everything into a spreadsheet, but there's just so many different attachments for every gun, and they all have a bunch of benefits and negatives that it just doesn't seem like the amount of work necessary would be beneficial when it's all here anyway. And it really wouldn't help to put it into a spreadsheet either to try to compare it back and forth. So just going to go through some of this real quick just to give you an idea what's in here. So this is for the new Chimera. So they got your muzzles here, just different types of the attachments in here. So this one hurts your ADS time by 35 milliseconds both in and out, but increases your melee damage by 45, decreases melee hits to kill by 1. This one does melee damage 45, melee hits to kill -1, but slows down your movement speed, so forward, and then strafe by whatever that is per second. So it looks like kind of like a percentage, I would assume, so like 19%, 13% negative there. This one hurts your ADS time 30 milliseconds, but affects your recoil positively, so like a 13% benefit there on the view kick, and then the actual gun kick at 12%. So I guess there's differences between how much it affects your view and then also how much it actually affects the gun itself. So pretty close on those two though. This one, same thing. Different ADS speed effect and different recoil effect. So not as much ADS speed, but not nearly as much recoil effect either. So not as good, I would say. This one doesn't seem to have any benefit, so I don't know what it actually says in game. But it does hurt your ADS time there. Silencer, so this helps your bullet velocity by 52 meters per second, but hurts your ADS by 34 milliseconds. And then increases your damage range by 0.01%. Very good there. Yeah. So these are all data mined directly from the game, so it's very accurate to what they actually do, whereas when you have to test it manually and that kind of stuff, very negligible differences that you probably can't really test, whereas this is the coded stats. So this hurts your range by 12%. This one does your muzzle velocity by 105 meters per second, but hurts your ADS time pretty significantly there, 68 milliseconds, so that's pretty considerable. But it also increases your range by 14% there. So yeah, just a bunch of different attachments that do different things, positives, negatives. So if you're looking for a specific type of build, either you're trying to do recoil, you're trying to do ADS speed, or whatever you're trying to do, you can go in here and kind of compare what attachments do what and look for the best benefit with the most minimal downsides, or if you don't care for the downsides, just go for the more benefits. So those are your muzzles. Only got a couple barrels here, so we got a 10-inch barrel. Improves your bullet velocity by 53 meters per second. Hurts your ADS time though by 68 milliseconds. Improves your recoil by 5% there. Damage range by 31%. That's pretty considerable, but also hurts your movement speed. This one speeds up your ADS, lowers your muzzle velocity, hurts your recoil, increases your damage range, and then increase your movement speed. And then this one, the same, but different effects to a different effect. So yeah, 4 milliseconds, 14 milliseconds, you're not really going to notice the difference between those two, 10 milliseconds, but that's the coded stats. So at least you get the exact stats and know exactly what you're getting out of it. Different lasers, speeds up your ADS time. This one speeds it up even more. Sprint to fire time on top of ADS time. Some of them don't have any anything's in there. I think that's the hipfire one. So the hipfire stats aren't in there yet. So if you're looking for a hipfire build, you just gotta wait until they actually have the stats in here. So, and these probably just gonna show you how much they affect your ADS. So some of them decrease your field of view, the zooms, I would assume. By how much? Some also affect your movement speed. So yeah, 80 milliseconds, 90 milliseconds, that's pretty considerable. So those have to be the higher range, higher zoom optics there. This one actually helps your recoil though. It looks like that was the only one. And I didn't scroll through all of them, so it's not really scrolling. But one of them actually helps your recoil. Interesting. Got a couple stocks here. So 7 milliseconds hurts your ADS time. That's negligible, but it does improve your recoil 4%, view kick 3%, gun kick, and then hurts your tactical sprint and ADS strafe. And then this one improves your ADS speed, but hurts your recoil by 5 or 6%. So I wouldn't say that's worth it, but it does improve your tactical sprint speed. So bunch of underbarrels, basically hurting your ADS speed, but improving your recoil for the most part to varying degrees, and then also your movement speed, and then these ones that do your hipfire, no hipfire stats yet. So yeah, just a ton of different attachments, all do a lot of the same things, but just to varying degrees. So I mean, you would just pick the better of what you're looking for by comparing them to the other ones in the same category. So 45 round mag slows down your reload, slows down your ADS by 37 milliseconds, sprint to fire speed negligible, and also your movement speed as well. So yeah, it's an interesting way to look at all the different attachments. So if you're trying to go based on the bars, the in-game stat bars, or the in-game description, or basically just the in-game feeling, which is hard to quantify. It could be difficult to make the comparisons between different attachments, but this gives you the coded stats so you can actually see which one is statistically better and not have to go based off of unreliable stat bars and also just feeling as well. So you can pick the best of the bunch, get the benefits you're looking for while trying to downplay the negatives as much as possible, or if you don't care about the negatives, you can just go straight for the best of what you're looking for. So good stuff. It's available for all the guns. You just got to go through and pick the attachments you want to go. So I wonder if it'll do an overall. Let's see what I had on this gun here. I think I had that right. This laser optic. I didn't have a grip, but I did have the 45. Oh, nope. Which one of these does muzzle velocity? None of these? Okay. 45 round mag, and then I think I did the Bruin, right? Yeah. So this will show you how much it affects it overall. So you can kind of build out your optimal loadout, and then it'll show you how it affects everything. So went from 30 to 45 ammo capacity, reload add time from 1.33 to 1.57, not too much difference there. Empty add 2.13 to 2.4, not too much difference there for the 45 round mag. Does slow down your movement speed a little bit. Does slow down your ADS speed a little bit, 21 milliseconds, hardly noticeable though. And then also your ADS movement speed as well. So just build the type of gun you want, and then you can kind of compare it to the base stats and see how much of an impact you made overall. Or you can do it individually one by one and pick the best of the best and then go from there. So definitely a useful tool to have, since the in-game stat bars and descriptions and all that don't really give you a very accurate depiction. So you'd prefer percentages and that kind of stuff, but they don't do it for whatever reason. So it's all here on sim.gg. I'll leave the link to the website down in the description. Check it out and build out your best loadouts. But yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.